Oh no, no, no. We've created more problems, more and more problems. Welcome back to this episode of our Transport Fever 2 playthrough where we're using only road vehicles to get to $1 billion. In this game, we're on a hard map with a large area like this, and we are still creating problems. So in the last episode, we actually reached our $1 billion target, but we've still got a bit of unfinished business to deal with on this map, not least these stupid little traffic jams I keep creating in this map. I just can't get away from it. But also we're in 1947 now. I really like to see what vehicles we get to by the end of the game in 53 years time. So we are going to see some of that. Hopefully I might even update the date speed in a moment so we can get to some better vehicles and see what the modern age brings. And the last thing I want to do on this map is connect every product, every industry to every city. The EPEC challenge, as you may have seen elsewhere, is something I do want to do with this playthrough. So first things first, I'm going to sort out this traffic jam, and then we're going to move on to our EPEC challenge whilst also getting some new vehicles on the road. So we added this little road here in the last episode because this construction materials plant was not connected, and we added this road and then this road so that this would light up as it does here. The problem with that is the routing for all of these lines is now using this sideline, so I think we need to do something. I think the simplest thing, so I've got tails there, if I just get rid of that, then they're all going to stop using that route. But hopefully, oh no, we don't want to demolish that. Stop demolishing. The plant is still connected, so that little tail there just connects us, but we don't have to worry about this route. So hopefully they'll all start turning around and realizing how silly they were to have used that route in the first place and get this traffic flowing, because that was ridiculous. So I'm going to up the date speed a little bit to 1 so we can start to get through the years a bit, because I want to get to the place where we've got some really nice vehicles. At the moment we've got this what do we have? We have, where's its name? You wouldn't tell me the name there. Let's go to a vehicle depot. We'll go to this vehicle depot here, and we have available to us this Sora, which we've used a little bit, especially the tank car truck. Oh no, the flat beside car with stakes. Flat side car with stakes. Truck with side stakes. Got there. We got there. That's pretty good. But the Opel Blitz is the absolute king for me. It's got 14 capacity on many of its vehicles with a top speed of 37 mile an hour. On the passenger front, we've got the Sora Tusha, which has a 31 mile an hour speed with a capacity of 10, so that is doing pretty well for us. But 31 mile an hour is pretty slow. We're in 1947. You know, I thought we'd be doing faster than there. We're making some progress. We've still got some of the old type vehicles cruising along at 25 mile an hour, which is doing okay. But now we've solved this issue. Did we solve it? Where are we? I lost my bearings. Now the vehicles are just slowly but surely coming around into where they should be going in the first place. We can now move on. In fact, you know, I'm going to solve this issue here and now. Let's get rid of these traffic lights. I don't think they're needed. Traffic will flow a lot easier without the traffic lights. They just sort of fudge it through. Look at their joy. Just do it. Who needs traffic lights? Who needs formal traffic regulations when you can just mash your way through other vehicles? Just go for it, mate. Go for it. Don't worry about anybody else. That will clear. I'm sure that will clear, and then we'll hopefully get things moving in this depot again. But what we need to do is we need to look at our industries, and we can look at the shipment number, our transport number. So you can see we're transporting everything from this coal mine, and we're doing well on these industries. And there's quite a few industries where we're transporting 100%. Although here, for instance, the shipment is not 100. And then you can see right down the bottom, we've got all these industries where we're just, production is either 0 or for first industries it's there, but we're not connected to anything. So why don't we start doing that? So industries, oh, there's so many, look at them, even just logs, there's absolutely hundreds of them. It's going to create carnage. So we need to think the way we do this, because if we have a look, for instance, at supplying all of these food processing plants, there are 4 food processing plants on the map. Okay, so if we go to this one here, which is the Chertsey one, which we are already doing pretty well with. We've got transport of 71%. We're at level stage 2 already. It can produce 300, and we need to supply 600 to do that. At the moment, we are trying to supply from 3 places. Keynsham Farm is supplying absolutely nothing. Why is that? What? Surely. I mean, that line needs a waypoint, so it doesn't go through. It doesn't go through the town. If ever I saw one. Yeah, that works. And then it needs one in the other direction as well. I'm going to add a waypoint here for this direction. And then I manage the line again. Oh, no, not that. After the Keynsham branch, you're going to come via here. So that's going to take it out of the town. That should help Chertsey. But crucially, I want to understand why I've got nothing transported from there. I mean, oh, no, it's shipping 200, but nothing's transported. Nothing? Have they just not arrived? Are they just... What is happening with that? That's all connected. The line's there. Is it just we've got to wait for the vehicles? Are they just being slow? Might need to, I think, go, where is it? They're going on this road here, which could be upgraded because I think they can go 37 mile an hour. And the road is only allowing them to go 25 at the moment. So a 2-lane road here will allow them to go to their full speed. So we can do that. So that should be fine. We've got a rate on this line of 188. I don't understand how that's gone down if I've upgraded the road. We've got grain coming along. Now at 37 mile an hour. We've got more grain along here. Maybe we just got to wait for it to come in. There's grain. There's grain. Any more of this little red grain? Ah, okay, so maybe... we've got more roads to upgrade here because we've got vehicles using this little road here. So we could definitely upgrade that. And this little section here. Some wiggles and squiggles, which we'll just turn a blind eye to at the moment. And sort some of these roads out, because we've got a lot of vehicles using them. But has that transport percentage gone up? So one's just dropped off there. If we go to the processing plant, go away. 88% now. Okay, so that was just a question of time. Question of time. Keynsham grain has a rate of 188, should be able to do almost 100%. This should be able to deliver 300. The consumers, however, are everywhere, and Stockton on Tees is trying to get some. So that was a long way of saying when we start to ship in all these grain, we need to make sure we connect in all the food processing plants. Otherwise, we're going to run out of demand. So we've got some farms around Barron Furnace over here. Let's have a look. We've got a farm here which is supplying to this plant over here. Is that really the nearest one? Looks that way. There's a food processing plant there. We've got one over here near Frodsham. We've got one here down near Chertsey. And there's one out here near Dawley. So everything around here we can start to supply into the Frodsham Holt line, and that will absolutely do that. So this line has got food to go, food to burn, being supplied from 2 places already, Frodsham Farm and Barrow Furnace. Now, interestingly, we might not need to supply anymore just yet, because we're level 1, and if we transport more, we'll get to level 2. So where are we transporting poorly to? Carnforth out here is not really getting anything. The Carnforth goods line has only got a rate of 17 now. Carnforth is demanding 62 of that food, so we could definitely upgrade those vehicles. So cargo wise, we want to do, what have we got on here? The Benz tarpaulin. So we can upgrade these to the Blitz tarpaulin truck. Gets us a rate to 30, and I think we want to double that at least, and maybe add one more. Get us to about 75, and that should mean we're pulling everything out of here that we need to. Carnforth goods has got quite a lot waiting for it, so maybe that is just a problem. Let's have a look what Carnforth is doing overall. So 62, and we've also got 61 fuel, so actually we need about 120 on this Carnforth line. So let's go to it and manage the line, manage the vehicles. In fact, we've got 76, so I'm just going to straight up double that, because 151 is probably too much. But as Carnforth grows, and it is growing, it will demand more, so we have some capacity to grow. So Carnforth is doing pretty well. It is growing. Food processing wise, that's going to be okay, but we've got 2 other food processing plants which have got nothing. There is one down here in Dorley, and we could supply that from either this farm here or that farm there. Both of them have got to go through a mountain, really. I mean, we could go the long way around, but should we go the long way around? Not sure. The other option is here. I mean, we could skirt around this little valley we've got, which I like the look of, to be honest. Maybe look, we got a nice winding road. I think that's what we're going to do, because we like a winding road. I think it makes for a nice aesthetic. And we're going to go for it. So straight out with the bend. Let's go through here into the valley. This is going to be quite scenic. I might actually have to watch this happen. So we're still saying we're flat, even though I think we're going uphill a bit here. But I start curving now. Yes, I like it. So curving in around this bend here, out to here, and then we're gonna, I could tunnel again, but look at this lovely bend. It's beautiful. And then we just need to make sure we go in right here. So I think I'm gonna delete back this stupid road here. We'll pop in this, oh, not like that, sweepy sweep, nice to the end there, and then we can connect this in like so, and look at that. So now we need a drop off with 2 platforms on the left. We'll go 30 meters. We've got the money to burn. We'll just put a stop here. Where's the best place to do it? I like that. Why not? Oh, is it even connected to, oh, why have I just built that? Oh, stop building things. Delete. Go away. No. Why would it delete? Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. Oh, silly. Right. Is that connected to that? No, it's not. So that was, again, silly. Oh, I need to slow down. I'm in a rush. There was a good decision. I don't like the height of it. I think there is what I like. So we've got a place to drop off our grain. We need to pick some up. So from here, I think that spot works rather nicely. Vehicle depot wise, there's one over there. I think we'll be fine. In fact, there's one there. This will be the better one, I think. So we'll buy, we got grain, so we can use a dump truck. We'll need at least 10. We want to get 200 from this new line that we're going to construct. So from here to here. And this is going to be our F. What we're going to call it? Oh, Swanscombe grain. That's the line. The vehicles are on the way. We're going to colour them that beautiful green they are. Got a rate of 131, so we're not far off the rate that we need. Grain is already building up on the platform. Shipment demand is nice and high. And we could do with a few more vehicles. We've got a rate of 131. So I think 5 more vehicles will probably get us to where we want to go. Rate of 196. Lovely jubbly. Sound as a pound. We should be able to produce that 100 now. The 100 is not going to go anywhere at the moment, but maybe that's not so bad. I want to see, we could connect that into a depot. That's going to bring stuff back. Like, for instance, here. We've got our Berkhamsted goods line, for instance, which could take stuff back to the central depot. It could all be distributed out. It could all be lovely jubblies. So why don't we do a bit of that? If we connect it in, we'll see what demand we have at the farm and the food processing plant, and let's have a go. So we've got a shipment of 200 coming from there. 196 on the way when those vehicles eventually get there. And so we now need to connect this in to a cargo hub. So we need a tarpaulin truck because we're taking food. I think that's the best option for food. So we'll go with Opal Blitz. I'm just going to go with the 1 here because I want to see what the rate is. Now we want to take from here, and we're going to drop here, which is fine. So this is going to be our F, our Dawley food. F Dawley food line, which is going to take the food that is produced from there, and we'll give the vehicles a nice pale, another pale green colour. Same as the one before, but I don't know if we can do any different. That has got a rate of 7, but I don't know what the demand is yet. So they're not producing anything, so we can keep an eye on that. The other thing I'm thinking is actually they're going to go here with food, but they could bring back grain. Look, we've got this grain farm here that is just begging to have some food dropped off there to take down to here. Yeah, I think we've got to do a bit of that, because I mean, that will split the demand from here, and you can see all the vehicles coming here to collect the first shipments of food from this platform to take. So this line is working well. I don't want to do that just yet. We've connected in some food demand, so we should see that start to move. We've also got another grain farm there, but I like the convenience of that one, so we'll come back to that. We have another grain farm up here near Ongar, which we have not yet done anything with. So there's a food processing plant out here, there, and we have a farm here and a farm here. Now, looking at the topography of this area, look, it's pretty nice. We're just going a nice straight line up to here, connect in, bosh, take that into Ongar. There's already stuff going to Ongar. We could connect in a nice out of town depot to take that onwards. Off it goes. And in fact, look, there's a grain farm here. So we're going to take grain this way to the plant, bring back the food, drop it at Ongar. Lovely jubbly, sound as a pound. So that's what we're doing. No one's going to convince me otherwise. This is going to be amazing. So we're going to put a depot down. It needs to be in range of this farm, first of all. So I'm going to pop it there. And what I'm thinking is we put a road that's going to go out towards, straight from there, out towards our lovely new processing plant that we're going to use. So we'll do that, and we'll do some upgradings of the road. So it goes through here. Now it's a bit of a windy road over there, which I'm not a fan of. So we're going to do some deleting of trees apparently, as well as road. Up to there, I think. Now I want to have a look at the contours here, because this is quite high, so we are going to have to climb this hill after here. So let's turn that off for a moment. So we do need to climb this hill. Not that way, of course. Up here, like so. I want to go nice and straight, pretty much. Yes, there is an embankment. Yes, there is a steep slope. But that's what we want to do. Now, we have the option for a viaduct. I'm thinking, you know, why the... I think that works well. Just is that unnecessary? I mean, I've got 1.3 billion in the bank, so no, it's not unnecessary. It's absolutely 100% necessary. So we're going to come up here, I'm going to press C so that I don't cut into this road. I actually want to connect in here because this part of the curve makes the most sense to me. And we'll go in here like so, curve round to here, and there we go, we have our lovely depot. So now we can build our depot lot with the one on the two platforms on the left. Got a nice road coming down to our oil well, which we haven't used in a while, but also to, oh, there's a little bit of drop in speed there. Also connects in our new farm. Oh, this is a mess here, look. So let's sort this out a bit. This is a bit of a mess. Bit of a mess. So that's good. Is that even connected anymore? It's still connected, so that's fine. So we want to connect this farm in with some vehicles now. We've got no road depots in this area for Ongar, so we'll build one of those. And we will get some vehicles, and we need a tarpaulin type. I'm going to get 10. And you're going to go on a new line that's going to be from this farm back to here. And this is going to be our Ongar, Upper Ongar, F Upper Ongar grain. Do you call it food? Because we already have, oh look at this, these typos are getting on my nerves, look. Let's get rid of that, there's no stations on it. Okay, so our Upper Ongar is on the way. The vehicles are of course the wrong colour, so we can make amends for that. We can sort that out. Actually do it this time, there we go. Lovely in yellow. So they're going to connect this hopefully. So the shipment demand is there. Grain should start to appear. Yeah, we've got 27 grain on the line already, so stuff's going. So now we need to make sure we connect the demand. So this will not start sending food back here unless we connect in the demand somehow. So we have vehicles going to Ongar here. Now the Ongar goods line, I want to change. I'm going to add the station of this one here, and I'm going to get rid of Victoria Road, which is not going to like me for a short period of time. But with the simple addition of 2 tarpaulin trucks from here to here, we now have the F Ongar Town distribution line, which will then take stuff from here and take it into town. So What that means though is that we should have an ability for bread to come back here, back along the Ongar goods line, or indeed straight into town. That's going to connect our whole network together. So we have our first trucks coming into Ongar food with the grain loaded for the plant. And interestingly, where's it going to supply to? Byron Furnace will be the first place that's going to get this one food apparently. So it is all connected up because this is not Byron Furnace here, this is Ongar. And yet, stuff is on the way. Ongar goods line is a rate of 67, so it'll be able to take some good amount of food back. Ongar town distribution has a rate of 86, so that will do all right. Ongar goods actually, Ongar needs, what does it need? It needs 78 and 78. So if we're going to do Ongar properly, we need to have more vehicles. We need about 150. So at the moment we have the Opel Blitz on there. We could do with all of those again. 133, and you know, do with a few more. So 158 seems about right for Ongar goods. Could do a little bit better with this road we have here. Let's upgrade at least from the dirt track that we have moving out. Now there is some wiggles and squiggles here which are too terrible to ignore. I mean, look at that. That's outrageous. There's no need for it. So we're going to sort some of these out. Ongar's not a main hub, but look at that. It's just unnecessary. Got to get rid of these. So we get efficient travel through our network. So if it will let me... Look at that. How much better does that look? It just looks loads better. You know, I don't know what they do in this game sometimes. So many squiggles. So Ongar goods looks like it's doing the trick. In fact, where does it go? Ongar goods. It comes out to this High Wycombe Central where we've got a lot of stuff. We don't have loads waiting to go to Ongar. So maybe we need to increase some of that. Ongar needs bricks. We've now connected all 4 of our food processing plants. I think. Are they all producing now? So they are all producing something. Their transport percentage for Dawley is still 0. Although there is absolutely loads of food waiting to go on here, but there is grain trying to be transported out. That's something I needed to sort out really, because I don't want grain to be going that way. It's just irritating when it does stuff like this. So Dawley food has a rate of 11. So when we get to Dawley South, I want you to pick up load bread. And when you go to the other side, unload. Oh no. Then when you go to the other side, unload bread. Yeah, I don't want to be shipping grain from here just yet because it's coming from random places in the network. I just want the supplier to be this Swanscombe. I don't want it to be the Ongar farm. I mean, come on. So Dawley food, managed line, we've set that up right, didn't we? Load bread at here. Unload bread there. That's what we want. That should sever the pull from Ongar for some strange reason. Right. Okay. So back to there. So our 4 places are doing well. Transport percentage is all over the shop. Chertsey is now producing 300, but only 42% consumed. It's trying to transport all the way to Ongar, which we've upgraded Ongar's line. Barron Furnace is another one. where we're trying to transport to. Don't know where that issue is. Doesn't seem to be on the distribution line. Maybe it's out here in the last depot that we caused carnage in, but that is flowing a lot better since we started this episode. Look at it go. Absolutely fine. Frodge from goods is losing some. 216 is on there, and we are losing material, so we need to sort that out. It only demands, what was that, like 170, so I don't really understand why there's an issue there. High Wycombe goods. Oh, it's this one. Look at the Market Bosworth goods line. There's loads of stuff needs to go on that line, and there's a rate of 530, and it's got the Opel Blitz. See, this is where we need new vehicles. We've got, how many vehicles have we got here? 80 vehicles on this line, and we cannot keep up. Look at the amount that needs to go on that line. Loads of it. It is a real bottleneck. Do we have the same at the other end in Carnforth? If we look here, not the problems there. Like, we need to do something. So I'm gonna have to go crazy with these vehicles. I'm gonna select 10. I'm going to try and stagger this out so that the number of vehicles on this line at least staggers a little bit. I don't know where they're coming from. Let's get to 100 vehicles. I think I'm going to go to 120. That feels like the right amount of number for this line. So we'll pace them out a little bit. We'll go for another 10. And then we'll go for another 10. And looking at this line, where are we at? The Market Bosworth goods line. You know, we've done over 1,000, look. And our rate is 798. Oh, so this is interesting. So we transported 1,948. Is that... See, when you hover over this, is that how much we transported versus how much was there to transport? 1087 seems to be this number here, but it's saying we could have transported 2,000. Look, so now we're going up to, already we're going to break this year's record. I think we got 802 as the line rate, but I think this is saying we could transport 1,948, which is like twice as many vehicles on this line. That is crazy. Look at it go. So yeah, the Market Bosworth goods line is definitely something to do. Now, I'm not sure on these numbers as you zoom in. Transported 1950 over 1183. Now, is that we could have transported that much, but we didn't? It would make sense. It would make sense. Let's go to a line where we know we're going to be close to the exact numbers. So if I look at this line here, I'm going to pin that just for comparison. If I look at this Barron Furnace ore line, I see, no, 1947. I'm so, that is the silliest thing. Literally 1947 is the year. I thought that might be the amount. I really did. Ah, I bet you were shouting at the screen saying, "You idiot, it's the year. You, what are you doing?" Oh no, I feel so silly. It was the year. Okay. Let's keep an eye on Market Bosworth. We're so far not in blue on that line, but that is probably our most over. Look at it. The tower of goods on here. Jarrow goods is still looking 500 trying to go that way, and we're looking pretty hefty. Hefty on there. Where were we? Right. Back to the... Okay. So, we are transporting at least. We have shipment demand of food. Stuff is moving. There's food in the network. That feels good. Shipment. The transport percentage is just really poor from a lot of these places. Dawley so far. Have we corrected these supplies yet? The supplies looks all right. Transport percentage will grow. It will take some time though, so we need to move on to something else while we await this. So tools wise, we are producing tools at 3 out of 4. The Carnforth Tools Factory is not producing anything. Now that is odd, because we do have a line that should supply it. We've not supplied it for years. Oh, I made a mistake here. Oh, we've got filters on, and I feel like the filters are going to starve this line of what it needs. So it comes to here and it picks up logs, does it not? Loads of logs, yep, that's fine. Then it goes to the Honiton Exchange where it picks up planks, drops off logs. I feel like that's fine. Then we go to Carnforth West where we load tools, yeah, unload planks. Yes, that's right, isn't it? And the Wolverton Cargo Hub where we drop off the tools. That makes sense. Why is that not working then? What's the rate on that line? 96? Okay, so then this... Oh, no. This plank factory is not connected. Oh, no. Oh, no. How silly we have been. Oh, dear. I'm so sorry. So is that now connected? Oh, dear. That is terrible. That might be my worst mistake of this campaign. Honestly. What was that about? That is terrible. I've had vehicles running on this line for ages doing absolutely nothing. Right, so now this factory should have suppliers. There we go. Oh, dear me. It's produced nothing for years, look at it. But now it's going to start getting stuff. So that will make that tools factory produce stuff. So there's tools, there's bread. We've also got goods. Now goods are a trickier customer, so I'm gonna come back to that later, or should I just deal with it? Let's have a look. Berkhamsted. Right. Berkhamsted needs... I tell you what I'm gonna do, because plastic and steel is gonna be the issue here. Let's go further downstream and do plastic and steel. So let's find our lovely friends steel. So we have shipment demand of, well, how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 7 steel mills. Berkhamsted steel mill here is not producing anything. Let's get Berkhamsted producing something. So looking around the map, where's this? Oh, this is a terrible one. There's ore and there's a steel mill there. That can be supplied from those two. These two can supply. They're going to have to be the one that supply this one, because I don't think there's any ore nearer than that. So we're going to have to bring ore this way. And then I think Swanscombe down here. Is there an out-of-town depot? Is anything being supplied into Swanscombe? Swanscombe's getting nothing. Absolutely nothing. We need to solve that. What? How do we... Are we really not connected to Swanscombe up with anything? It's got no depot. Oh, so we've got a few things to do. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take ore to here, to a Swanscombe depot, out of town depot. We're going to bring that ore to here, bring that back with steel on board, save ourselves some money. Then we're going to be on a new Swanscombe to Keynsham line. Swanscombe bricks. Okay, Swanscombe bricks. Take stuff down to here. So we'll use this Swanscombe depot here to bring stuff into town, but also to exchange our ore to go along that line. So let's do that. So we've got an ore line here. There's a little bit of a branch there, so we're going to utilize that. we'll go in a nice straight and Roman way out to here. There, like so, and upgrade the road. So we can do that. Now we need a few depots here. And I can have one facing directly onto there, which I like, connects the coal one up. And then we need one here for the ore. And we need to upgrade the road, which I'm going to delete and make better anyway. So we'll curve this around here, this way. Yeah, ish. Not like that. So maybe we'll go out from here first. If it will let me. Nope. Dear me, this is going all wrong. Right, we're going to go this way. To about there. And then we'll go directly on there like that. Okay, so we've got ore, we got that, we got a depot there. We can bring it to the bricks line. Lovely jubbly standards a pound. We've already got 4 platforms on here, which helps. So that has 2 spare. Lovely. And we have a vehicle depot there. So let's do 10 vehicles that are going to take ore. So we'll go from here to here. It's going to be our F Swanscombe, which will give a nice orange colour. And we will have another 10 vehicles of the same type. That we'll put from here to here. And this is going to be our F Swanscombe coal. Give that a nice black colour. And we need to connect in that coal and ore to this steel mill. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen with all those vehicles. So we go on a pretty okay road this way, round to about here. And then I think we want to just absolutely blitz it through the mountains here. So we're heading in that direction towards sort of this point or this point there to our steel mill. So I'm going to go for a straight road. We're going to make a really abrupt turn, but we're just going to absolutely straight line it to, oh, it's curved for us. I don't mind that. Swerve and a swerve into there. That works well. £6 million, we can absolutely afford it. So, and we need now a depot on here, which we're going to drop there. And we need vehicles, so we're going to have, let's have a look. So our Swanscombe ore line, 134 is the rate. The vehicles need to be painted orange. And we're going to need more than that in order to get there. But when we eventually have this sorted, this steel mill is going to demand 400 or so, and it's going to demand 400 coal. So we need an absolute boatload of vehicles to do this. So we're going to we're going to use our tarpaulin truck. Oh, we see it's significantly cheaper, the Sora Type C. It's like significantly. Not significantly enough. Right, we'll go with 20 of these. We're going to need loads of these to do this line. We're going to go from here, where we're dropping off the ore, to our steel mill. That will also allow us to pick up Swanscombe to... We're going to call this the Berkhamsted Steel line, I think. Berkhamsted Steel. If I can spell Berkhamsted right. I don't mind that colour. We should have something like a ridiculous number of vehicles on the way, and the Berkhamsted steel line doing what they need to do. So they're on the way. That's not been coloured. These have not been coloured. Look, they need to be black, so I know what they're doing. There's a lot going on this depot right now. So we could probably do with allowing the vehicles to manage the lines, make sure they can use all the platforms available at both sides, and repeating that for every single one. So the Swanscombe bricks line is actually going to might take some steel back into the wider network, which would be really good. So hopefully now this Swanscombe line does the trick. Now Swanscombe's been supplied with nothing, so we do need to solve that. We've got tools and bread needed. I'm going to drop a nice little depot here. We can buy just probably one will do for now. And this is going to be our F, Swanscombe Town Distribution, which we may need another platform for because we've got absolutely loads. So Swanscombe ore can go in Terminal 1. So yeah, we need 2 more platforms here. So we've got 2 more terminals. We can put the Berkhamsted steel on number 1, and that one there, number 2. So we've got another one. We've got one spare, have we? Which you can go on number 4. All spread out now, lovely. And then the town distribution has got a rate of 46, which for Swanscombe at the moment we need about 100. So we can manage these vehicles and replace them with 2. Change the colour to the brown colour that they've been given. And hopefully that will start to get Swanscombe ticking a little bit more. Swanscombe, which needs bread, so that's going to bring in some demand from the network, which is good. May also mean we demand ore from other places. I don't really want to do that. So the Swanscombe bricks line, I'm going to manage that. The only thing, well, is it the only thing? Once we take in bricks that way, but the only thing I really want to be bringing this way is, it's already got filters. It's, oh no, what have I done? So from Upper Keynsham, it's dropping off bricks. It's coming here to collect. Yeah, it's going to bring stuff back. I don't, what do I want it to bring? If it's going this way, I don't want to bring stone from anywhere else. I think that might be about it. I also don't want it to be bringing any ore or coal in this direction. So I'm going to say, this is wrong, you know. Don't take any coal or stone that way, but also don't pick it up here either. That's already done that. So the only thing it's going to take out is bricks. I want it to be able to take out steel as well, and then allow it to unload. Oh, this is complicated. It's blowing my tiny little mind. So it will unload anything when it gets here. When it gets back there, it's only going to unload bricks, yep, steel, yep. Maybe plastics in the future, look, here. But at the moment, we're just taking steel and that back. When we're coming here, we're loading and bringing this way. We're not bringing this way anything. And we're also not loading. Okay, I think that's going to work. Let's just double check. If we look at the steel mill, the suppliers should be just 2. So that's working well. We are transporting nothing yet. I'm going to add a couple of warehouses because I feel like with this being a bit of a interchange spot, we may need to have some flex. But our coal line has got a rate of 200. And we're trying to ship 400. So easiest thing to do with that, we're going to change all these vehicles to black and we're going to duplicate them all. So now we should have a rate of about 400, which we do for the coal line. Equally with this ore line, we've got a rate of 133 with those, so we need to add more vehicles to that. It's going to get us 266. One more should about get us there. So that's another 400. So that's going to get us the 400 we need. Now, bearing in mind that 400 has got to be taken on this line at a rate of 800. We've got 2 lines supplying it, so we are way off there with the 20 vehicles, so we're going to increase that massively. 563. We still need more. I'm going to give them a bit of time to work their way out. We've got loads of vehicles still coming out this depot lock. Just absolutely loads of them. So I'm going to let them clear before I add some more vehicles to this line. 715 is the rate we've got currently, so we're not doing too badly. We are not doing too badly. 997. Okay, we might have overdone it. Oh, that's the peril of doing it. Well, how's that ore line looking? 562. So we've overdone it. Get rid of 5 vehicles. 462. 3 more. Oh, I've gone way under now. Okay, 380. Hopefully that'll improve a little bit. The coal line. 500. So 4 vehicles should be what we need to sell on there to get to, there we go, back to a normal number. And then the steel line, 986. Let's get rid of 5 vehicles on there. What does that get us to? 902. Another 5. 822. That is about the number we want to be supplying steel. Now we already have steel waiting here, which is waiting to go on Swanscombe bricks. Lovely. That's going to feed into our upper Keynsham line. The Keynsham goods line has got loads waiting for it. I really want to get some new vehicles to really improve this, because we are just cramming ourselves with all these vehicles. Look at them go. It's just too much. It's just too much. Anyhow, so that's another steel mill brought into the mix. We have this one here, which is the Swanscombe steel mill, which is again got 2 fairly distant places to supply it from, but then it's relatively easy to connect into the network with a little road out to here, and we can go into this little depot here, or we could indeed go to this Swanscombe one here. That has already got loads waiting to go on it. Now, just before we move on, Swanscombe distribution is the one that goes into town. Swanscombe needs about 170, and we've got a rate on there of 73. So we need to do something about that before we move on. So let's add 3 more vehicles on there, and we should start to clear that out. But the Swanscombe goods line has got a rate of 217, so we could potentially bring our steel that way, or we could bring it into the Barren Furnace one. Either way would work. The first thing we need to do is get a nicely balanced ore line into there. So let's do what we usually do. So we'll pop in a depot there. For the steel mill, we're going to have one over there, so we'll put one opposite. That works well. And for the coal mine, we'll go there. do a bit of upgrading of the road while we're here. Just going to come down here along that road. Wow, where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, we're going to the steel mill there, so that's fine-ish. And then the ore line needs a bit of work because that is a long way round this mountain. So we're going to nice bit of straight road here. I'm going to cut off from there. And we're going to absolutely blitz it straight through. No messing around. Through this mountain deer. Straight towards our new depot. So we're going into the mountain. Underneath we go. Bit of upgrading of the road. And we're looking good. So that's all sorted. So steel's going to go there. Could do with a road depot, which we can pop on here next door, and we'll buy some vehicles to go and deliver some ore. It's going to be our F Frodsham ore. It's got a rate of 137 already. We are trying to ship. The ore's there waiting. That's looking good. Okay, and then next on the agenda, we need 10 more of these. And they're going to go to our coal mine. We are F Barrow Sidings coal. And they should hopefully start working away. Coal's already piling up. We will have some steel soon. So we've got 2 lines. Let's make sure they are the right colour. No, that's wrong. Manage vehicles. These need to be deep red. And then we need to manage the lines, make sure they can use both platforms at either end. Like so. And now we just need to get the rates done on those. So we've already started to get things moving. Rate of 137. So easy peasy. Let's duplicate those vehicles. 274. I'm going to go with another 5 and see if we don't build up from there. 343. On the coal line, we need a fair bit more. So we'll duplicate those. 227. I think if we duplicate 16 of them, we should be about there. 409. That's going to do us a grand old job. So now what we have to do is get it in the steel that this is going to produce into our wider network. So we've got this road that comes down here, nice long road there. And then we've got this tunnel that takes it on. I mean, it's if I mean, I could just take it direct into the network, really, like we do with this one, where we are limited currently by how much ore we're getting. So we could supply some more coal, but we need some ore for this steel mill if we were going to do anything else. It's only nearby. There's ore down here. Yeah, I think that would work. Yeah, we could definitely... It's got another level to it. It needs 2 more supplying to it, and it produces absolutely loads. What I'm thinking anyway, in the meantime, for this, is we need to add another platform, bring this out to here, let that supply into Market Bosworth. Once again, overloading Market Bosworth with stuff. Absolutely loading it with stuff. Yeah, let's do that. Right, okay, so we're going to get rid of this. I feel like we don't need this road. Is anybody on this road? Look. So this is the point where I'm going to knock this out. And I'm going to build a... Actually, you know what? I'm going to go further back than that. I feel like we need to come down here. It needs to do something like that. Nice big old triangle there, look. Connect that one in. And we've now got production coming in. We've got no consumers yet, so we need to buy... Let's do the flat side cars of the Sora type. We can have 5 of those on our new steel line. It's going to take from there and drop off direct into our hub. Or do we just drop it here where we've got other steel coming? So that's our Frodsham North steel. Frodsham steel. So we've got to see what consumers we get for here. It's trying to ship at the moment 84, about 100. So what rate do we have on there? We've got a lovely dark blue colour actually. I do like that. And we probably need twice as many vehicles. Yeah, I like the dark blue. Rather smart. They're going to come dropping into here. Now, at this place here, Barron Furnace Distribution is a line into town. Now, Barron Furnace needs, wow, 300, probably close to 400. And we are got a rate of 119 at the moment. So we need to do something about that. It's just that the jobs you need to do to keep balancing this is just insane. We have got the Opal Blitz. We are going to need probably 4 times the number of vehicles that we just had. So we're going to absolutely nail that. 20 vehicles now servicing that line. Should clear out what we had on there. Barron Furnace is being held back by that. It's a town that has been doing really well. Look at it go. But we need to get some more stuff to it, and the only way to do that is there. And this, look at the overcrowding here. Wow, wow, wow. Loads of people waiting at this Frodsham to Barron city line. Just duplicating vehicles all over the shop. Honestly, it's just, I mean, how do you do with it? So here's an opportunity to replace the vehicles, in fact. Oh, we've got a Mercedes-Benz, look. Oh, wow. Okay, let's get this bad boy in here. Oh, we need to see this. Now, it's already the right color. Yeah. Oh, wait, slow the game down. Slow the game down. I want to go. I need to see this. Look at that beaut. Capacity of 14, top speed of 43 miles an hour, which is the fastest vehicle we have in this game at the moment. We need to upgrade all of our passenger lines to this. Look at them. All of them need to be this. Just has to be now. And what do they look like with a bit of colour? That's what I want to know. Oh, magnificent. Absolutely wonderful. Now, that will be the last act of this game. Gone off tangent, but I didn't realise we had a new truck. You probably saw it as we were playing. But if I look at the lines now, let's have a look. And we need to, let's go to our lines. We want to go to our passenger lines. Stockton Loop is not full. Let's look for lines that are full. Or should we do station overcrowding? Let's go by that. If we look at overcrowding of stations themselves, looking for passenger ones, Grange Road here, Chertsey, got the Chertsey Loop on it, got very old type vehicles on here, easily blast them out back to there. Where were we looking at? Very poor at Market Bosworth transfer. Oh wow, look at these lines. Definitely need to be replaced. Probably cloned as well. What else are we saying? What else are we saying here? Yeah, we've got loads of old passenger vehicles on these lines. Yeah, that one's been sorted. South Street in Jarrow. Wow, look at that. Where has it gone? We've lost it. Mill Road. Oh, there's just loads. It's hard. I mean, which is the best way to do this? If I just look for passenger lines based on the profitability, my most profitable line is this Harworth to High Wycombe. It's not quite full though, but it's my most profitable line, so it's absolutely a line I'm going to replace with nice vehicles. My next most profitable passenger line, let's replace it. Let's just go for it based on the profitability. I think that's a good way to do it. This one could be done, and then what we could do is, once we've got down this list, we can, you know, get rid of the unprofitable lines, or at least some of the vehicles on those lines. So that line is absolutely at capacity. Look, going to increase that somewhat. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Oh, some of these lines need more vehicles, I think. Chertsey to Keynsham. That line is just full capacity. So we will replace them all with these lovely buses. This is not a full line. So that's interesting. Definitely replace those, but I think I'm going to get rid of 6 of those. Just leave the 10 on there, because that is not a full line. Jarrow to Carnforth looks good. The new vehicles. Frodsham to Barrow. Again, that is full, so that needs upgrading. Maybe add a couple more. Keynsham to Swanscombe. That's looking about right. High Wycombe to the High Wycombe Loop actually is looking okay. I'm going to leave that one as is. I think that's the point where I draw the line. We're looking rather good. We've got swanky new vehicles. Our towns are booming. Harworth and Burcoats is our largest town with 736. We have reached a bit of a peak. But we could definitely deliver more to the town. Emissions is a challenge for this town, but lots of high-rise buildings going around, a bit of overcrowding. The loop lines are doing well, and the whole region is really, really booming. Got loads of stuff waiting here. I need some better cargo vehicles though. That is what we're really waiting for. Hopefully in the next episode, we'll see a new generation of cargo vehicles that are going to take our network to the end game. See you in the next episode. If you do like this video and want to support me, I really appreciate it. Just hit a like and a subscribe and give us a comment what you think, what we should do next. I would really love that. Otherwise, I'm the Tycoon Engineer, and I'll see you in the next episode.